Good evening. I am a little late. I know I said 6:45, but running a little late. I'm just going to pin back my hair. Oh, that didn't exactly turn out the way I wanted it to. So I'm just going to show you all quickly how I do my makeup. I had a friend ask when I did this on Sunday. I was just randomly getting ready for Naya's birthday, and if you didn't watch the video, it was complete chaos with the girls in the background, running, screaming. It was crazy that day. I lost my mind. And anyone with kids knows that they can drive you crazy. And the girls are about 2 years apart. Oh, hey, Greg. Hi, Heather. 2 blasts from the past. I cannot get my hair up. It's so thick on this side. I'm just going to do this. I hope you guys are having a good night. Didn't mean to scare you with my bare face here. So what I'm going to show you is how I do my makeup daily. Greg, this may be good for you. Just kidding. So what I use is, I don't use a foundation, I use concealer. I use LimelIght's waterproof concealer, which is perfect for summer because it's hot. And this is seriously waterproof. I've gone swimming with this stuff. So I do 2 different shades because I'm kind of in between shades. I do 4 and 5 are the colors that I use. I've had these for about, I'd say 2 months now, so it's been quite a while that I've had these. So what I do is I use those 2, and I use Must Do. My plan was to use the iPad tonight versus the phone, but the iPad's a little bit big to try to set up with my Reiki mirror. It takes some of the lighting away. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do that tonight. So what I do is just kind of scrape a little bit of both of these colors out. I set it here on my hand. As you can tell, the Must Do is dripping there. I just kind of mix these 2 together with the Must Do to give it a little bit. Thank you, Greg. You have a good night too. Good chatting with you for a little bit. So what I do is just mix the 2 there, and then I go and all over my face. As you see, I have a little bit of discoloration, redness. It's not an even tone, so I would like an even tone. And I do nothing fancy. I don't do the contour and highlighting stuff. I'm a simple girl. I like to keep it simple. Plus, when I'm getting ready in the morning for work, I'm probably usually already woke up late or running late. And that's usually how it goes. And I seriously live about maybe 5 minutes away from work. That's the sad part, is that I'm always running late to work, but I live very close to work. So then I go and I just pretty much blend that all out. Watch the magic happen, because all that discoloration, redness, it just becomes an even tone. Hi, Norma. Hi, Veronica. Just all becomes an even tone. And that is why I love the concealer. And the foundation is pretty amazing too. I have yet to try it myself, because again, as many of you have heard me say, they do not have my color in stock. It's actually going to be a new color, a new shade that they're going to be coming out with, and they have not released dates for that quite yet. So in the meantime, this is what I've been doing, and it's been working great for me. So that is what I do for the coverage as my foundation. And it's just an all over even tone. So again, that was our concealer, numbers 3 and 4. I do have 2 and 3 on stock if anyone is interested in that. Let me know. So once I do that, then I go through, and you all, I forgot to do something before I did that. I missed a step. I use the First Base finishing spray. I spray that all over. And then I do all the concealer. I got a little excited and jumped ahead of myself. So once I do that, then I just do the 10 Years Younger finishing spray. Spray that all over. And actually, the directions on here, I don't follow directions. I'm not good at following directions. Is to do an X and then a T and to be 8 inches away from your face. But like I said, I don't follow directions very well. I usually just go with my own flow. Once I do that, I wait for that to dry. And then I go back with the pressed powder. It's a translucent powder. I know it looks white, but it's a translucent powder, so that just goes. I know my sister's watching. Hello, little sister. And usually I focus on my T-zone when I do this. And I'm just using our Blenderful. The Blenderful is pretty amazing. It's got a flat side, and then obviously kind of like a cone, and then the pointy edge. So that way you can get in the creases here. Yeah, aren't those? These are the blushes. Well, this is the bronzer, translucent powder, and then these 4 here are blushes. And this is the color I use the most, which is Excited. It looks pretty bright, and it obviously is going to be a little bit different on everyone's skin tone. But for my skin tone, it works perfect. So once I've done all that, I'm just doing this really quickly because it is like almost 7 o'clock at night, and I am doing my makeup. But the girls aren't here, so it's quiet and peaceful. So once I do that, then I use the 10 Years Younger finishing spray. I just do a squirt in the cap, which is right here. Just a squirt. And I use the eyeshadows for my eyebrows. How do it... because the mirror is right behind me. So the Reiki mirror comes with this little phone holder. And then the mirror is right behind it. However, for my eyebrows, I am going to have to use the magnifying glass because when it comes to the eyebrows, I don't mess around. So I use kind of a mixture of shades here. So I either use these 3 here in the corner. That's what I use. But today or tonight, I'm going to probably use this one right here. Colors, I don't know them off the top of my head. I want to say this one's Brownie Points, and then this one is La Vida Mocha. And this one I'm not 100% sure about. But I can post that all once I've done the video, what the colors are. Also, I just look in the phone when I'm doing this. So usually, I think I've told you all, when you do your eyebrows, because my nose is a wider side, I go over the ball there of like this tip here. I go up from there, and then I do angle there, and that sword should end. And on the other side there. This side, they both, obviously, you can tell, I don't have much hair there. So I just kind of, I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see, but also so I can look in the mirror. I just underline here, and then, oh, you guys can't see, line there. It looks crazy. And then I do the same at the top. Just a line there, and a line down. I'm still trying to get used to doing my eyebrows with the this angled brush and the eyeshadows. I'm so used to either a pencil or a pomade. And I just kind of fill in where in between those lines that I put there. It's not going to be the greatest because this part is the part that's the hardest. When I'm trying to do it live, and then try to also look in my mirror here. So that side, and sometimes I go back through with a pencil because I can't get quite perfect. Still working on it. And the pencil I use is this brand here. Just to kind of fill in anything I missed. Eventually I'll get better at using the angled brush and the eyeshadows, but this is not the type of brush I'm used to. So again, I just dip that in the finishing spray that I sprayed in the cap there, and then I just kind of dab, because our eyeshadows as well, all our makeup is 50% pigmented. And if you go to you look up even high-end makeup or drugstore makeup, there's not as much pigmentation in theirs. I don't know the percentage 100% what they use, but I know it's not 50%. So again, I just kind of follow the line. This is probably why I'm late, is because I'm working on my eyebrows. To be truthful, in the morning, like, I spend a lot of time trying to perfect and make up these eyebrows that I don't have. I have been looking into doing microblading, and if you don't know what that is, you should look it up. And that's what I want to do, is microblading, because it'll make my life so much easier and so much more quicker to get ready in the morning. Try to look in the mirror behind me. Hi, Robin. So that's what I do for my eyebrows. Oh, that one's still kind of not 100% full done. Oh, like I said, this is where I spend the most time with my makeup, in the morning. And that's why I'm running late. For now, that's just going to have to do, because I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to move on to my eyeshadow. For my eyeshadow, what I do is I use the concealer as my base, or kind of like a primer, or sometimes I use Urban Decay. It's kind of bright, so you can't really see Urban Decay. But lately I've been using this. I'm good at eyebrows. I want to do yours with the eyeshadow. How are you good at eyebrows? You have like the perfect eyebrows, Angelisa. So I don't know how you got good at those. I'm good at it. It's just, I kind of take my time with it. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to move on. So I go through over my eye with the primer, or not the primer, but the concealer that I use as a primer. And then I go back with the translucent powder, and I just go over my eye. And then colors. So I usually stick to the browns, which most of these are all neutral colors, which is nice. Obviously, except for these up here. Those are from the Lottie Dazzle palette. Very bright colors. And I did well, I didn't do a video, but I hopped on and showed you what I did with those. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry she threw half your eyebrow. That's why, did you go to the same place as you normally do? See, there I go back with the eyebrows. I'm like, I focus so much on those eyebrows. So, what I do is, I use like a fluffy blending brush is what I use. And I'm not sure what color I'm going to do. Let's see. Because I have hooded eyes, meaning when I close my eyes, everything here just kind of disappears. So anything I do along this line here, it just disappears. So I kind of have to go up a little bit above my crease, which I wish I had nice thick, or not thick, but like a more bigger area to work with here, because then I wouldn't have to go up. Is there a surgery you can do to correct that? That may be a little bit extreme, but it's annoying. And honestly, I just learned about the whole hooded eyes thing maybe about a year or 2 years ago. So for the longest time, I've been doing my makeup wrong, which is kind of sad. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry you had to find a new bra, lady. Do you go to the mall? I think that's what you told me last time. So I do kind of like a line up, kind of like a V, I'd say, like a V shape. It looks crazy until you blend. Blending is your friend. You know, no professional or expert, but this is just how I do my makeup. And I like to do both sides at the same time. That's my preference. I don't know how you all do your makeup in the morning or just in general. So that's what I do there. I will blend that again later, but I'm going to go in with, now this one I do know the color because this is like a popular color and everyone uses this. It's in Tiki Bar. It's kind of got a shimmer. Probably out of all the ones I have, it's the only one with shimmer. And I'm just going to go there and back, tap off the excess, and go there. And I'm going to go back and blend, but I'm going to go with the color that's going to go here. Now, looking at my palette, I just realized that maybe these two are the exact same color, and I may have accidentally ordered the same color. But the more the merrier, right? So I'm just going to kind of tap that on there. And tap that on there. And once I've got that tapped, I'll go back and blend because it looks crazy. I've got another blending brush that I may have to use. And it's kind of awkward doing this, looking at the mirror behind and trying to look at you guys at the same time. I feel like I did that a little too dark. But blending. Blend, blend, blend. So I want to kind of soften up that there. And again, this is just what I do. I don't 100% know the right, the wrong. I think of makeup kind of like art and painting. Looks a little crazy. Let me find my other blush, or my other brush, not blush. A fluffier one. Okay. And honestly, I don't really go this dark going to work because feel it's a little too much for work. Maybe where you work, it's not too much, but for where I work, which is the hospital, I feel like it's a little bit too much. Once I do that, then I go and do black line eyeliner. But first, I like to do the waterline under the lash there, because I have no lashes at all. Just like I have no eyebrows. Basically, I have no hair. I have very little hair. So I just go under that line there, waterline. To kind of give it a fuller look once I do my mascara. And so there's like nothing showing there. Kind of got that in mind. And I didn't show you guys, but I just use the eyeshadow Dial-It Black is what I use. My eyebrows are bothering me because I know they're not the way I wanted them to be. But that's what I'm going with right now. So then, oh, here's my eyeliner. I use the LimelIght by Alcone Perfect Eyeliner. Excuse me. So this is a felt tip, so it glides easily. I've never been a fan of liquid eyeliners because it's always been difficult for me to use. But I've been practicing and trying to learn. Now, I was never really good at doing winged eyeliner, but I've been also practicing that. So I will probably not get this right. And everyone's always scared to just do it, just go for it. But that's what I do. I just go for it. I try not to overthink, because if I overthink, then I screw it up. And it's impossible for me not to do the eyeliner without opening my mouth. Yes, I do remember that. And then for the wing, what I usually do is follow the bottom line here, that I just go up and just kind of follow that line there. Kind of hard to do. That wasn't very big, but I go up. And then I kind of fill that in. And I'm quiet because I don't want to screw it up, so I'm not talking when I do this part. So that's my winged eye there. So now let's go to the other side. Let's try this again. Now I love my makeup still looks a little weird, but I'm going to go back through and blend it out. Again, I just follow this here and go up. For my wing. These two never, ever are the same. It drives me nuts. Hi, Kim. Thanks for watching. But I try to get them close as possible to the same. So this eye always ends up being better than this eye. See, it is already like better. but when I go back to fix it, I just make it worse. So I'm just going to not touch that for now. Because this line is LimeLight by Alcone, is this makeup line. And I started using LimeLight back in March, I'd say. And ever since then, I've loved it. I've loved makeup, but I don't think that I've worn it as often as I have since joining LimeLight. Just trying to blend this out. I've always just been a mascara and chapstick girl. Since joining LimeLight, I've just been all about makeup. And it's so much fun for me to just play with it. Try to just blend. Now, I don't have the LimeLight brushes. Those have been out of stock. I'm not sure how long they've been out of stock, but I know it's been a while. And I think they're coming back in stock in July. And that's definitely one of the things I'm going to purchase when it comes back in stock. We did have a couple of items go back in stock today. A couple of our blushes and our palette, which I have been slowly just purchasing individually. You can purchase them single, 4 or 6, and so I've just been slowly, and it's these ones on the bottom here. There's a total, I believe, of 18 colors in the palette. I've almost got the full collection, but eventually I think I'm going to go ahead and just purchase the whole palette and kind of use that as my kit for when I do like one-on-ones or makeovers, because I will eventually get good at this to where I can do other people's makeup. That's my plan. Then I've used MAC, but it's been a few years since I've used MAC. And with MAC, I think I only really ever used eyeshadows. I'm trying to think if I've used anything else of MAC. I don't think I have. But, Kim, what I was mentioning earlier is that our makeup, all of our makeup is 50% pigmented, so a little goes a long way, and this really lasts a long time. You missed the part where I did my foundation. Well, not foundation, but I used concealer as foundation, and our concealers are waterproof, and it's this little tiny thing here. And I've been using these little tiny ones for about, since March. I'm not sure we're going to be in, I'm so lost with months right now. I think we're going to be in June. So a couple months. It's lasted me quite a while. And that was just the concealers that I use. But I can't compare it to those others because it's been a while since I've used MAC, and I haven't used the other brand that you mentioned. It's July, thank you. I feel like I have like a memory problem because I'm very forgetful of a lot of things. Like, maybe it's short-term memory. Long-term memory, I think, is pretty good. My short-term memory is not that great. Yes, it's gonna be. I need some water, so I'm just gonna take a sip of water here. Okay, so that is my eye makeup and my eyeliner. And now I'm going to go back and do the line on the bottom here. And for that, I don't use the liquid eyeliner because it's a personal preference. People do use it for personal preference. I am using a couple of mixtures. This one here, I believe, is Brownie Points, is what I did for the outer. And then in Tiki Bar, I did for there, kind of the corners. And then for this part here, I used this color, which I'm not 100% sure on this color because I've already forgotten. Like I said, short-term memory. But I will be posting what colors I use in the comments or in a separate post. Trying to get that out. in a separate post what colors I used. So I'm just going to use Dial It Black, the bottom one there, under my, or for my lash here, under lash here. And you really just gently tap it in there because too much, I can get too much if I push a little too hard. I love all these colors too. And Tiki Bar is probably my favorite, which was that shimmery color. And I don't know if you were on when I had mentioned that our palettes, which are all of these colors here at the bottom, there's a total of 18 colors, I believe. The palette just went back live today. It's been out of stock for a couple of months now, and it just went back live. You can purchase the eyeshadows individually, or as 4 or 6 or 8 pack. And these are magnetic. So if you buy a palette, or the full palette, you can easily replace just one because it's a magnetic. And I stick all my eyeshadows in my little black box, which is this thing here. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. Just this little black box. I hold all my powdered makeup. Oh, I know. Kim, I did a video. I tried to like recreate this look. It was like a mermaid look with these colors here. Now these colors are from the Lottie Dazzle palette, which is a limited edition. Excuse me. And I purchased this palette on a whim. I figured, why not just go for it? Usually, I'm a very neutral girl. When I do wear makeup, I stick to the browns. Oops, one just fell out. I pushed it out. But yeah, these colors. And this one here, I've been using as a blush sometimes. I'll just dab my finger there and kind of use it as a blush. But yeah. They're very pretty colors, though. Very vibrant colors. I'm going to pick this up before I forget about it. So that's the good thing about these, too. Like, you can use these not just for eyeshadows, but you can use it as eyeliner. Some of the darker browns you can use for, like, contouring if you do that type of thing. Like I said earlier, I'm not into the whole highlight and contouring thing. I'm just a simple girl. Maybe eventually I will be. I'll get there and be all about it, but right now I just like to do my makeup and keep it simple. Yes, you can. I don't have the palettes it comes in because, like I said, I just stick everything in my little black box. It just makes it easier for me to make it more accessible for me. But yes, you can purchase these minus the bottom here. Oh, my battery's dying. Minus the bottom one here. So these colors here you can purchase individually, or you can build your own palette, choose whatever colors you want. That's why I like LimelIght. It's kind of, you create what you need to. Same with our skincare line. Someone had made a good point about how sometimes, often, skincare lines, they come like in a regimen already built for you, like 1, 2, 3, this is what you're going to do. But our skincare, I don't have much of it on hand with me right now. It's in my bathroom. But the skincare, you can purchase whatever fits your needs. Like, for me personally, I have oily skin, so I use a combination of face wash, moisturizer, to kind of combat the oily skin, and as well as a couple of other skincare products I use to help with my oily skin because I don't like oily skin. So once I do all my eye makeup and stuff, I just go back through and spray the 10 Years Younger finishing spray. It's a setting spray, and again you're going to do an X and then a T, and then I just wait for that to dry. And once I do that, it kind of gives me this shiny look, which I don't like, and which I try to beat throughout the days, try not to be shiny. So I just go back through with the translucent powder with my blender full. And I just kind of wait for this to dry. I think it's dry for the most part. And I just really press into the T-zone where I get the most oily parts. And press in to get that really good in there. And as always, I skip the step that I do. I do this same thing in the morning when I'm getting ready. I always forget about blush because I'm usually not a blush girl. I don't wear blush. But since starting LimelIght, I am a blush girl now. And I use this color here. It's a very bright color. It's called Excited. These colors here don't show as well as the very bright one there. So, because these are very pigmented, I just do a dab. Kind of tap off the excess, and I go right on the cheekbone. So again, I didn't get a whole lot. I just did a quick dab, tap, and on my cheekbone. And sometimes if I get it too bright, I go back with the bronzer to kind of tone it down a little bit. I do the same thing, just dab, tap. Now one thing I did try, and I really had to use the bronzer, and this was kind of out of the blue for me to try, but I used our Enduring Lip Color. Nope, that's Candy Apple. Cherry Pie as a blush. Some people like liquid blush. And again, like I said, I'm not a blush person, but I attempted to do this Cherry Pie lip color as a blush. And it worked great. It was very bright. But a little goes a long way with that as well. I used a little too much. So once I've done all that, then I do my mascara. Now the mascara is probably the only one product of LimelIght that I currently don't use, because when I purchased my starter kit, it had already been on back order, and so they mailed me one out, but that one I had decided to sell. So what I use currently is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and this one's pretty much almost out, so I will be purchasing the LimelIght Perfect Mascara, which is really the whole reason I joined to begin with, was the mascara. So it's silly that I purchased all these other products, but I haven't tried the mascara yet. So what I use is a heated eyelash curler, because as you can tell, you can't even see my eyelashes. So they're very straight, so I have to use something to give them a curl, and a regular curling eyelash does not work for me, so I have to use a heated one. Well, I don't have to, but I prefer to use a heated one. Just making sure my battery. And I just have to wait for this to turn white. I'd been wanting to purchase one of these for quite some time, but I didn't really want to order one online, but I found it at my local drugstore, so I went and purchased that. So I just wait for that to turn white for the purpose of this video. Yes, because I've done Unique's mascara, and their mascara is multiple steps. You've got the mascara, then you've got the fibers, so then you're doing like multiple steps. With the Perfect mascara, the fibers are already in the mascara, and it does not dry out. I've been trying to figure out what, that was going to be a question I was going to ask, what serum would help my eyelashes grow. I know there's a couple of products out there by other companies, like Rodan and Field, and I think Monet, which is like a hair company. But back to your question, Kim. Like I said, I haven't used it, but a lot of my friends have. Well, obviously people who are part of LimelIght, but like they love it a whole lot better because it's the fibers are already in the mascara, so it's just one step. So now that I've got that going, I just curl my lashes. And I'm thinking of, until I can get my mascara in, which I'm probably going to do a bulk order on Friday, if anyone is interested that is local in Oregon. I'm going to do a bulk order And let me know if you want me to order anything for you. You're welcome, Kim. Because it'll be cheaper. And it sounds like the girls and the Jessie are back home. Hi. So I just do my mascara.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi.
I love you.
So it's gonna get crazy because the girls are home. They went to go visit Grandma. And one of them's already crying. So this part is nothing special. I usually do a couple coats for my mascara. But I'm going to be ordering the perfect mascara soon. And probably the whole palette of eyeshadows. And I have a question for y'all. If I have the colors. Oh, I do. So these are two colors that I usually stick to for my lips. And honestly, I like them both. But Jessie prefers this color versus this color. So I'm going to use this color to see what your opinion is on this. So I usually kind of line my lip with just this. It's angled, which is pretty amazing for me, because then I can use it kind of like a liner, is what I do. They do stay on. They dry matte and they stay on. For me personally though, because I have dry lips just in general, they last me maybe 5 hours or so. But for some, they last a little bit longer.
Mama, can you help me unbutton?
Unbutton?
Yeah, because I'm still getting wet. Like baby.
So, like I said, the girls are home. Okay, I think that's going to be fine for you.
Okay.
And usually I don't wear lip colors. But I seriously have a whole bunch of lip colors for someone who doesn't wear lip colors. Yes, even with drinking and eating. So these are all the colors I have. All of these colors here. But I don't use them all, because I usually stick to macaroon, which is, nope, that's creme brulee. No, don't touch that please, baby. Now I can't find it. I usually use macaroon, which was the other color I showed you guys. So, oh, I just got it there. So that is the color that I'm still trying to get used to, but a lot of people say they like it on me, and I'm not sure why. Versus the lighter color. Yes, Lip Sense I've heard a lot of good things about too. I haven't used their products, but I've heard a lot of friends love Lip Sense. Yes, Layla. Oh, I know. Here. You want a drink? So, this video is probably going to get cut short because the girls are home. And they are getting... Usually when it's close to bedtime, they like to get more rowdy. Lucky mom and dad, right? Yes, you can. I often do a mixture because when I first got the color I'm wearing now, I felt that it was too dark. So I would use a lighter color to make my own color. So you can mix and match those however you want and layer the colors. You can do an ombre. I've done ombre a couple of times. You're okay. Yeah, I'm starting to order the things I need for samples. I haven't yet started doing samples, but I'm going to start doing some samples. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks or so. Girls. The girls. No, you can't take that. You can have a drink, but you can't take it. Okay, well, I am going to go. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll probably be doing another live. My goal is to do a live every evening, even if it's just something simple. But if you have any questions or want to know more about the products, let me know. And I've got a crying baby in the background. I apologize. So I hope you guys have a good night, and thanks for joining me. Bye.